Hey y'all, this is TheKillerNacho. I had an itching to do another battle, and yeah, I don't know how many of these I'm going to post for now, but I do have two more after this lined up. This is the first of the three. This is a battle with tehtrollkid13, and he's from Facebook. I posted a battle request on my Facebook page, so if you want to try to get a battle with me in the future, that's probably the best way to do it. Anyway, so he has what's it called, a Sun team, and that's going to be trouble. I lead off with Sal, who is my Swampert, and he's going to go with Victini as a lead. That's a pretty good lead, matchup for me. He's going to just U-turn away. He gets a crit on Sal, which, well, it's pretty easy to crit Sal. He's kind of just sitting there. So, now he's going to U-turn, and he goes into Jirachi, and he substitutes, which I'm not going to allow. I set up the Stealth Rocks a turn before, and I do not want to give this guy substitutes. And, as you'll see later in this battle, this guy, is in love with the move substitute. I mean, I would not be shocked if, I found out, he was getting married to the move substitute. That's how much he likes it. Regardless, I am not going to let him have substitute. So now that he kind of showed he had it, I'm just going to keep going Earthquake, because Earthquake is going to keep breaking the substitute. He's going to keep trying to use substitute, I guess, hoping I'd switch, but there's no real reason for me to switch. He hasn't really shown me anything on this Jirachi that makes me really fear it. Would cause me to switch out. I know it's, a leftovers and, substitute set. I really don't know what he's trying, what kind of threat he poses to me. So I'm just going to go for another Earthquake still, and he's going to go for a Body Slam, trying to get the Paralyze off on me due to the Serene Grace, but I'm just going to keep going Earthquake. He didn't set up the sub, so that Earthquake is going to sting, and he goes all the way down to, I don't even know how much health, but really, really low. So that's pretty good for me. So I'm just going to munch on my leftovers like a champ. And here I'm going to go Scald. I figure, I kind of figure he's going to go out into Dragonite because, you can see his team beforehand, and it's his only Pokemon that's really immune to an Earthquake. So I just go for a Scald. I could have went Ice Beam. Looking back at it, maybe I should have gone Ice Beam, but, I went for the Scald. It would be good against anything. If I get a burn off this Dragonite, that would be pretty cool, but I do not get a burn off the Dragonite. So I'm just going to switch to Ice Beam now. And I think he doesn't suspect I have Ice Beam because he's going to go for a substitute. So, like, all of his Pokemon have substitute. So, he goes for a substitute, but I hit him with the Ice Beam, which is going to break it, obviously. It's X4 effective. This is a bulky Dragonite, as you probably can notice this by this point. But it's a bulky set, with substitute. I think it's probably Smogon's, the set that runs Dragon Tail, just the, the Shuffler set, so he can phase people out. It's quite good with multi-scale. He's going to get off a Roost so we can trigger that multi-scale and get rid of his flying weakness for a turn, so I'm just going to go for another Ice Beam. It doesn't do a lot once you factor in multi-scale, and he's only X2 weak to it, so this is a very, very bulky Dragonite, and it's a pretty good set. So I'm just going to keep going Ice Beam. I just don't want to give this guy, a substitute because he loves that move, and it would just be a problem if I gave it to him. As you can see, I go first this turn, so I know he's going to go for the Dragon Tail here. I do get the super effective Ice Beam. He goes for the Dragon Tail, he hits, and that's going to phase out my Swampert. So my Swampert did a pretty nice job, kind of crippling his team early. I get sent into Neo, which is a pretty cool set. It's the Dream World Alakazam, so it has a Magic Guard, and I gave it a Life Orb, so it's pretty nice. So I see Hidden Power, and I'm like, I have no idea what Hidden Power this is. I haven't played forever. Like, please be Hidden Power Ice, but as you can see, it's not Hidden Power Ice. It's probably Hidden Power Grass or something lame like that, and I feel stupid now, and he's going to go for T-Wave. I should have just went Psychic, and I could have checked. I could have said, hold on for a second, and checked which one this, Hidden Power this is, but no, I decided to be stupid and just figure it's Hidden Power Ice, and that was a pretty bad play. As you can see, I am pretty rusty, so I'm going to have to get a little better. It's pretty soon. So anyway, he's going to go for the Roost, and I'm going to get paralyzed. I think I was going for the Psychic because I just didn't want to give him, like, a free Roost or anything, but I knew he wouldn't get the multi-scale, and eventually those paralyzers were going to, paralyze me, so I probably was, fighting a losing battle there. He's going to get a substitute off now, and I stay in, just going for the Psychic. Just want to break the sub, force him, and maybe if I can predict a Dragon Tail, I can switch out at the right time, and he won't have a substitute, but that's really the best I can hope for. Decided to go for the Psychic again, predicting he'll sub again, trying to stall me out for a Paralyze, but he ends up going for the Dragon Tail this turn. I get a Psychic off on him, which does decent, actually no, it does really good damage, that's right, because I crit him. And I felt pretty bad about that at the time, because that's going to cripple this Dragonite. Obviously a really, really good lucky thing for me to get the crit there, because now this Dragonite is completely crippled. He ends up Dragon Tailing me into Durendal, who's faster than Dragonite, not to mention the fact that he can't switch because of Stealth Rocks. I'm just going to go for a Dragon Pulse, and that is awesome. And the Stealth Rocks really helped me in this battle. This is one of the reasons I wanted to set them up early, because he is running a Sun team. I think half his team is weak to Stealth Rocks, so it was really key to get them set up in the beginning. Anyway, so now he goes into Conkeldurr, and I figure, you know what, after I set up a Reflect, he probably has an Ice Punch or a Dark move, but I should be able to take those physical moves like a champ once I get the Reflect up. But no, as you can see, gets a crit with that Ice Punch, and now I no longer feel bad for my Psychic crit, because that was really bad. This Conkeldurr now can just pretty much bend over my entire team, because my 2 checks to it, Alakazam is paralyzed, and Durendal just got crit deft. And for those who don't know, when you get crit, all of your defense is set to normal, so any defense boost that you have is cancelled, so the Reflect didn't help me, and obviously it was able to kill me. So here I go in, and as you can see, this guy also has Substitute, which is just wow. How many Pokemon do you really need with Substitute? Apparently he needs a whole lot. So yeah, he kills me. So I go into Battle Bug here, not really knowing what else to do. I was trying to go for the Psychic, but as you can see, I got paralyzed. I just go for the Bullet Punch with Scissor. I still have the Reflect up. This is a Focus Punch, thing, a Focus Punch Conkeldurr, Clown, Fighting type, you know what this is. So, yeah, it does a lot of damage, even with the Reflect up, but I do survive it pretty nicely. I take less than half from it, and I'm just going to keep going for the Bullet Punch. If he switches, I think I can do pretty good damage against anything. I mean, he does have 2 Fire types that resist Bullet Punch, but, you know, a Choice Band Bullet Punch is still going to do quite a lot. Obviously, that Jirachi is just sending out his Death Fodder. It's not going to survive a Bullet Punch. So I kill the Jirachi, and that gives him a safe switch into something else, which is a pretty good play for him. So let's go see what he switches into, because I don't quite remember. My Reflect wears off, which is bad, and here comes a Ninetales, which is a Pokemon we just seen today for the first time. This is going to set up the Sun for him. We actually had 2 battles, I think. He used this as the lead in the first one, but then it disconnected. So I guess he switches lead to Victini for some reason, but whatever. Anyway, I'm going to switch out. I don't want to take a fire move to the face. I go into Sal, because Sal can take stuff pretty well. He's going to go for a Will-O-Wisp, and that's going to attempt to burn Sal, but it misses Sal for once, so that's pretty cool. Although he's probably going to go for it again, and obviously Ninetales is faster, I figured, you know what, what's going to be better, a Scald in the sun, or an Earthquake with a burn? And I just decided to go for the Scald. I don't really know why. Probably Earthquake would have been stronger looking back on it now, but neither one would have been great. So I knew from that first battle this Ninetales also has Substitute, even though I don't think he used it in the second one. But this Ninetales does have Substitute too, and I figure, you know what, that's going to be really lame if he sets it up. So I'm going to try to go for the Earthquake, because I don't want him to set up a Substitute, because he loves Substitutes, and it's demoralizing if I destroy every freaking Substitute this guy runs. But no, he actually goes into Conkeldurr, which is an amazing play, actually, because, yeah, now he can set up another Substitute, because Sal cannot break a Substitute while he's burned in the sun, so that was a really great play for him, and there's nothing I can do. He's going to get up another sub, and I'm like, this sucks. I can't do anything except for switch. I go out into Love Bug, because, you know what, I figure, it's Scarf. This is a Scarf Heracross. At the very worst, I'm going to be able to break his sub. I also resist Focus Punch, being that I'm Bug type, but looking at it, my only move that can really, you know, scare him is Close Combat. He resists Mega Horn, and my other moves are pretty bad. I think one is Pursuit, and I don't remember what the other one is. So yeah, that breaks the sub at least, but I'm going to lose some defense, which is not good when taking a Focus Punch. And yeah, I do break the sub, but he's going to do a lot of damage, and I actually live it, thanks to the resistance probably, but it's only with a sliver of health, and his last move on this set is Mach Punch, which is obviously going to kill Love Bug, and that's too sad, because I was hoping to get off another Close Combat, but good play by him. He kills off my Heracross, but at least this thing doesn't have a sub anymore. So the only thing I can really think of doing is going back into Scizor, maybe go for a Bullet Punch. I think maybe after another Bullet Punch he won't be able to set up a sub, at least that's what I'm hoping for, because if he can set up another sub after a Bullet Punch, I am going to be very, very sad. So I go for the Bullet Punch. He ends up going, switching out into Ninetales, which is not really a problem because, you know, I figure after another hit of Stealth Rocks plus my Bullet Punch damage, we're still going to do decent damage. Ninetales doesn't have amazing defense. I should be able to 2-hit KO it. You know, 1-hit KO it after this Bullet Punch, and it looks to be a 2-hit KO, which is amazing for me, and I'm just going to stay in and KO this Ninetales so it can't be any more problem for me. I've said it before, I don't really like the, the weather dominance of this format, which is one of the reasons I kind of got bored with it. But, Sun is kind of interesting. I like Sun better than I like facing Rain. I mean, that's pretty cool. So, Ninetales is defeated, and he goes into Alcoholic, his, Victini. And, yeah, it's going to take, 25% from Stealth Rocks. And, yeah, I have to switch out because I do not want to take a fire move, and, Scizor is going to be helpful later. I go into Sal, and, you know, a V-Create in the sun is so powerful, but Sal actually survives it, being a champ like that. And, yeah, Sal is like, yeah, I survive it, bish. So here I was kind of thinking he's going to go back into Conkeldurr, trying to get another free setup, and I'm not going to follow the same trick twice. I'm going to switch out into Garchomp, and he ends up switching as well, but he ends up switching into Dugtrio, which I was kind of not expecting, but I make a big miscalculation here, pretty much, as you'll see in a moment. He's sending out Dugtrio now, and here I switch out and I go into Garchomp. And this is a Swords Dance Garchomp with Yache Berry. For those who don't know, Garchomp is back in the meta, but you can't use Sand Veil due to the new evasion clause. It has to be the Dream World ability, which is, what is that a Rough Skin, the one that damages them on contact? Either way, I thought I could set up on this Dugtrio. I'm like, yeah, Garchomp's bulky, he can survive 2 Earthquakes from a Dugtrio, except he can't, especially because that Dugtrio is Life Orbed. So now I feel stupid, and you know, it was close. If it wasn't Life Orbed, I probably could have survived too, but even then, I knew his Conkeldurr had Mach Punch, so that was a pretty dumb play. I should have just killed the Dugtrio, but that was a pretty bad play for me. I just go into Scizor, go for the Bullet Punch to kill the Dugtrio, but now I'm in a pretty bad position. He's going to go back into Conkeldurr, because it's his turn to make a misplay, I guess. He thought that he could set up another substitute even after Bullet Punch, but let's face it, a Choice Band Bullet Punch is too powerful. And he does survive, but with red health, not enough to set up another substitute. He's he's under 25%, and now I'm going to be able to get that 2-hit KO off with the Swords Dance. Or sorry, not Swords Dance. I get the 2-hit KO off with Bullet Punch. So Scizor, even though fighting a Sun team, is doing work in this video. His last Pokemon's Victini, which will come in at 50% health, and I know it's probably banded. I know it's choiced in some way. So this is the prediction of the match, and he beats me. Let's put it that way. I am rusty, and pretty much, I thought he'd go for V-Create. You know, and that would at least give him a defense drop that I'll be able to switch back into Scizor and maybe KO with Bullet Punch. But instead, he makes a great play, predicting my switch into Swampert, and goes for the trick. Now, that was a gutsy play, but it was a very good play. It sealed the match for him. Obviously, he's not going to get the defense drop, and I cannot kill with Bullet Punch at this point. But had I stayed in, it was a gutsy play, because had I stayed in and just went for the Bullet Punch, he would have tricked, and we would have swapped Choice Bands, and that would have been my game, because he doesn't have another Pokemon to switch out into. So, that was a great play by him, great end to the match. Rate, comment, subscribe, guys. I have 2 more battles coming up, so if you want to take that out. Take a look at his channel. I'll leave the link in the description. He said he's going to post his side of the battle, so that'll be interesting to see. So, yeah, it was fun. I hope you look forward to 2 more battles that will be coming your way shortly. Hopefully I can wipe off some of this rust I have. Alright, peace out. Alright, so I haven't done one of these question of the days in a while, having not posted a battle in a while. This is my first Black and White 2 battle, and you know what, I'm open to some suggestions about what battles you guys want to see. So, you know, this is a standard OU, I figured I'd start with that. I do have 2 other OU battles coming soon. So post a, you know, comment about what kind of battles you'd like to see from me in the future. I can do UU, NU, Monotype, pretty much anything, what you'd like to see. So, yeah, post that comment, and see you guys again next time. Alright, bye.